A group of students were asked to do a project about the Civil War. They could write a research paper, do a class presentation, or create a learning game. Everyone wanted to create the game. One of the reasons for this is because learning game design begins by asking where the fun emerges in learning.
In school, I personally think that gaming, like game design, should be in every single grade. I think in kindergarten all the way through high school.
I couldn't really see how you make a game out of it right now, but I'm sure you could. Like, that wasn't a quiz-like thing. I could definitely see a lot of quizzy games that you can do that with, but those wouldn't be that fun, so.
Instead of starting with assumptions about what's fun to play, and then artificially grafting educational content onto the gameplay, designers challenge themselves to think about what's exciting and engaging about learning specific knowledge and ideas, developing skills, and making connections.
The challenge is that we all, when we start to make educational games, start to try to replicate school. So we have a thing that looks like a game, but we're not really allowed to be playful, and we've filled it full of all the stuff we want you to know. The way that I think a lot of educational game developers talk is that they think that what the world needs is Grand Theft Calculus.
Like, I know Assassin's Creed, that's actually a lot to do with history, believe it or not. You learn about the city and you learn about like the historic people there and stuff.
But it's the process that's interesting. Wrong answers are part of getting the right answer. You're learning to think like a scientist, an artist, an engineer, all those things, a designer. What do you think about when you take a shower, when you go out for a run? When was it really fun? What's the really big aha moments? I mean, I try to come up with other ways of talking about it, because that's the game in what anyone does, is those moments when they really get excited, when they sort of, the processes that they really enjoy engaging with.
But designers don't just consider where the fun emerges. They research the details of a topic or process, searching for hooks to inspire the creative context for a game. The intention is to develop a strategy to help players achieve learning goals.
And you learn about history of like...
I'm going to ask you to come up here and pick an object, each one of you.
1 second.
And in that process, think about the plan you are making, the plan you are creating to do your research about this object towards the game, right? So you're going to pick an object and you're going to say, well, I want to create a game around this object. What is your object?
ABC of boat bits. It's like a dictionary type thing that has terms for boats, like knots.
You have to ask yourself what you need to know about the object, what you want to know about the object, and then you have to build a strategy to find it. If you think Google can do it for you, fine, but make sure you do more than one search in Google, because it'll be really limiting if it's only one search. Corroborate what you find the first time, so you provide good information. All right?
Research is a critical component of game design, and good designers make a game out of it. They poke and prod at an idea from all kinds of directions, forcing themselves to explore it from 360 degrees.
Sometimes you forget with all of this stuff that what makes a game fun is the simplicity and adding more complex things and more complex levels, so don't forget that as well.
This is a book about city planning, because we're thinking about doing something kind of like SimCity.
I've played The Sims, and I think it's really fun. Even though there's no goal or point to it or whatever, my mom doesn't understand why I play it, but I think it's really fun because it's like trying out different lifestyles.
By asking questions and researching answers, designers immerse themselves in the ideas and issues that ultimately inform where they can leverage the fun that naturally emerges in a topic.
Hey, I like it. Yeah. So do we want to roll with that? Like time enforcement, this guy like somehow like broke the laws of time travel and
Then they can begin to think about the larger tasks of developing a creative context and defining game mechanics.